It's the Don't Make It Weird podcast with your hosts, Daniel and Dina S.
Hello and welcome to the Don't Make It Weird podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Daniel Quigley, and we are your writing, storytelling, comedy podcast for the writing community, by the writing community. And guys, we are here for an incredibly special event today. And I wouldn't go a step further without introducing the star of this show, my co-host, Dina S.
It's so weird to not slide in on an intro.
I know, I'm sorry. I debated doing a whole thing and doing the whole alliteration intro, but then I'd have to do it for everyone, and I'm not that creative, Dina.
Honestly, can I just take a second and apologize because I'm renovating my office and this background is so shitty right now. It's really bothering me.
It looks good to me. I do
Oh,
nothing.
there's
I
a
just
wait.
books, so, yeah.
I'm mirrored. There's a gap. Ah.
Oh
Okay.
no, a gap. All right, guys, if you're in the audience right now, do not comment on the gap. Don't mind the gap at all, okay? And you know, Dina, this is such a special event because this book launch is unlike anything we've ever done before, and it's so big, we're bringing in a third co-host for this one. The star of the QBC. You might know him from his wild westerns or from waffle stomping, like the emperor that he is. Rance D. Denton, welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, guys. Hey, buddy.
Did you make a song for us?
Waffle? No, I didn't make a song tonight, but waffle
Get off.
stomping?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Who waffles?
Maybe I'll improvise one for you later. Hi, friends. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
All
I'm
right.
doing good. It's
Doing better than Daniel. That's my bar.
what?
Rance, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Pump the brakes. It's your last warning. Don't make me buffalo you on a glass of whiskey, buddy.
Oh,
Left hand only.
Oh no! Don't no. There's no. When have we been nice,
Look.
Sean?
Look.
Yo, it's
Listen,
nice, expensive whiskey.
he specifically said he didn't want anything but whiskey tonight because he just wanted to
True.
sip it. And I'm not going to make him chug a glass of whiskey
So
straight
kind.
away.
This is what being producer Sean's friend gets you, Daniel. An actual friend.
I've never known what that's
Yeah,
called.
not somebody that takes advantage of him and convinces him to make a
Thank
podcast
you.
and do all
Thank
the
you,
editing
producer
for
Sean.
you.
I got you. It's in my left hand the whole night.
And
That's
out
my
of-
one. That's my one gimme.
That's
Yeah,
the one.
everyone gets one, just like Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
saves.
Yep. Spider-Man saves. Absolutely. And guys, I'm just so excited for this whole show. Man, before let's tell the people what we are doing here, man. We've got producer Sean. You might not see his face here, but producer Sean is with us as always, and he is the only adult in the room. So if there's anything coherent in this episode, it's because of him.
And PSA, he matches Rance, so like that's important to note.
Yeah, Sean, can you just go on camera real quick so we can see you guys match?
Or do
For
I match
Fuck's
him?
sake.
Or do I match him?
Hello,
Oh yes,
everybody.
they're both on the left. Oh, that's so adorable.
That's so cute.
This is the cutest couple's outfit I've ever seen.
Okay, bye now.
Bye, Sean.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so let's tell the people we're launching Through the Veil. And Dina, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about why we're doing what we're doing, and then we're going to bring on the star, the real star of the show.
Is this where we're gonna play the?
No, this is you reading the forward, buddy.
No.
You wanna read the
we're
forward
playing
first?
the video clip. Oh, okay. We're reading
Okay,
the
or do you
forward.
want to? We could do it either way.
Yeah, let's read that.
I was gonna play the video first.
Okay.
Play the video. Let's
Dina
do it.
trumps Daniel.
That's Daniel's rundown. Ashley, I hate to break it to you, but we actually lied to get you on the show. We're not going to be talking about Lost Boys at all.
Okay. Awesome.
We actually have like a really, really big surprise for you. So we know over the last year, 2 years almost, you've been going through like a shit ton of stuff in life with housing and medical stuff. So we got together and we had, I don't even remember how many, I don't know how many authors we have now, but we made something for you. Can you play the video, Sean?
I sure can.
So this is called Through the Veil. It's an anthology about, it started out, okay, so it kind of got derailed because we all got really excited. It started off about like warriors and queens and like women that persevere and prevail through all kinds of horrible shit. And we kind of made it more fantasy based, and all the proceeds are going to be going straight to you to help out with your medical bills and all of your housing stuff. I know, I'm going to cry if you cry. Don't.
If you guys both cry, I'm going to cry.
Here we are.
And... Yes.
Yo, you know what's really trippy? I forgot that I was going to be talking in that clip, and I just heard myself, and I was like, who's talking? That sounds
voice
like
sound-
me.
Did it sound the way you wanted it to, or were you like, ooh, whose voice is this?
No, I
So-
get really annoyed by my voice.
Me too.
So,
I get
so
my-
one of our guest author contributors made a really good point. Dina, your background in that clip looked perfect.
Get fucked,
N-
all of you.
No gap at all in that. So, all right. So we've got a damn it.
I
I'm
hate
sorry.
everybody here.
Yep. Yeah. Apologize for the gap for
I'm
everyone.
getting bullied. This isn't fair.
If you hadn't pointed it out, absolutely no one would have noticed, Dina.
All that I see.
All right, we got to get focused because, guys, not only is this whole anthology for Ashley Hutchison, and for those guys that don't know who Ashley is, she is the co-founder of Lost Boys Press. She is an editor there. She has written 2 books now, and she's got much more coming down the pipelines: Garden of the Golden Children and Map of the Stars. Did I do this right?
No.
Damn it, I was so close. Dina, help me out.
Daniel,
The
it's
map for
words
the
that you can
stars.
look up on the internet.
It is, but that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Anyways, Dina is a huge part of the writing community. We love her to death. She's been going through some medical stuff.
You called her Dina.
Yeah.
That's
Off to a
one for those
great
keeping
Thank you,
track
though.
at
I'm
home.
Go
honored.
ahead and take a drink.
That's
now.
one.
Yep.
Oh, fucking hell. All right. So, Ashley is a huge beloved member of this community. She's friends with everyone here, and we all kind of got together to do something for her. And I believe she's waiting in the background. Is that right, Sean?
That's right.
Let's bring her on in.
Hey.
Hi, Ashley. Did you get? Have you noticed the gap on Dina's background?
I
Daniel.
don't know what you're talking about.
Last one, buddy.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
the last
Yeah,
one.
That's the last one. Okay. How are you doing, Ashley? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good, thank you.
Oh man, plant game on point, nice soothing mood light. So I guess kind of talk to us a little bit about what it felt like, what was going through your head when we had our fun little reveal for you, and just anything on your mind about this whole project?
I think what was going through my mind, at least at the moment, was that I can't believe how lucky I am to have a community like this, to be part of a community like this where people care so much about each other and they're willing to devote, their time and their effort to something like this, especially for me. I don't feel like I'm that special.
If only there was a book called Nothing Special.
I was just about to say nothing special coming out in 2023.
Shameless promos and everything.
Yeah. And I really can't wait to read the book, especially since I've now seen the blurb and definitely want to know who wrote the Dragon Queen story.
You can take a wild guess here.
So weird.
We're gonna have to wait and see.
To be fair, there are 2 dragon stories in this one. So
That's true. All right, you're right.
I did see that. Is it you and Matthew?
No.
Nope.
No. Matthew
Nope.
did a. It's,
Cannot confirm or
Wait, are we,
deny.
like not revealing?
I'm
No,
not
wait
saying
and
yet.
see.
yeah, no
Okay.
spoilers. Damn.
Do you guys want me to read the fjord yet or no?
Yes, the fjord. It's fjord time.
Fjord.
And just so you know, I stopped myself, Dina, from correcting that word in the rundown because it was
Yeah,
misspelled.
leave it. This is how it is.
This is
Fjord,
our
fjord,
life
fjord.
now.
Forward. Okay. All right. So one of my favorite things about the writing community is how when someone else, how when we see somebody else in need, we come together to help. We assembled this collection of short stories to highlight the struggle we all fight in facing the unknown, the dark and scary monsters of the world, inside and out. All proceeds from the sale of this anthology go towards supporting someone who has spent far too much time facing the scary unknown this past year, and we hope that the money raised will help them in their journey, like a little lantern in their hand, perhaps, or a sputtering candle. From all our writers, thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy these stories as much as we did writing them.
Beautifully written by our very own Dina S right there. And I think I loved that forward. I think it just
Yeah, I had absolutely no editors on that at all.
Speaking of editors, Rance, talk us through when we first started chatting about this project and this idea, from where it started to where it is now. What's it been like working on this?
At first it was really terrifying, which I'm sure that Ashley can attest to, just from her own experience with the editing, which is far greater than mine. But it was one of those ways that I knew I would be able to contribute, because it was summer. And as somebody who teaches full time, it's like, oh, summer is this time where if I don't do anything, I go mad. But also getting a chance to work with a bunch of authors who I admire for a really good cause was a lot of fun. And I think one of the things that I ended up discovering about myself throughout this process was also understanding that space where editing is there to tighten language, but also to not overwhelm others or change the voice of what other writers have down on the page, while at the same time trying to enhance that voice and ensure that it comes out the way that they intend. And it's so interesting to see that every particular person works with editing in different ways, right? Like, I was fascinated by the process, seeing how people applied their like new thoughts and how they modified language. If I had seen something, and I was only one of the 2 editors on this. Big D was the other one.
What's his name, Rance?
What's Big D?
Oh,
Big
okay,
D.
sorry.
Big D.
Big D?
Big D. The Big
Big
D.
D.
He had
Can you say
edited
that
half the
pinky
stories.
up while you sip your
Yes.
whiskey?
Right
The
here,
big
thank you.
D.
Big D.
He had edited half the stories. I edited half of them, and also collaborating in that regard was a little intimidating at first, because I'm editing from an American English perspective and he's editing from a British English perspective, and also finding that place where we wanted to ensure that the book was cohesive and not compromise too greatly, for it to be something that we weren't proud of at the same time as editors. So I really loved working with everybody on it. And I think there's some really cool stories in it. It starts off with Shannon Bright's story is the first one that we get. And it sets up a fantastic rest of the book. So yeah, I was so pleased to be able to be a part of it. So Ashley, you're an awesome presence, and I think you are you're constantly contributing to others and their continued pursuit of their dreams as writers. And so to be able to contribute to something that benefited you was really an honor.
Yeah. And so sorry,
Daniel, before you go on.
Yeah.
Hold on. We do have a message from Dewi, our other
Ooh.
co-editor, Dewi Hargreaves.
I didn't want to mispronounce his name, which is why I said Big D. I was terrified that I was going to, even with the clarification before the show.
You know,
super
it's funny in
embarrassing.
LBP because I've started calling him D just because my phone doesn't like capitalize his name and like I'm just lazy, so I'm like D. But then we've also got me, Dina, and then we've got Dustin, so we've got literally 3 Ds. So I'm just like D, and I feel like nobody knows who I'm actually talking to.
It's all part of the plan.
All
The
part of it.
Veil was put together mostly off Dina's effort, to be honest. She's the one who got us all together. We realised we had some short stories that were of a similar theme, which was confronting monsters, whether physical or metaphorical. So Through the Veil seemed like a natural title. But she was the one who got us all together. She asked Rance to co-edit with me, which was a lot of fun. There are some really good stories in here, so I highly recommend picking it up. And not just because I have a poem in it. And Rance has a story in as well. Rance edited my story. I edited his, so it stayed like we remained as neutral as possible and that kind of stuff. But it was Dina's whip that drove this story together. She kept us on track when we started getting behind schedule. She put the book publishing timeline together. She got it up on Amazon, and she's put this together. So. All for a good friend in need. So, obviously, it's a worthy cause, and highly recommend picking it up, reviewing it, telling us what you think about it, and all the money is going to help somebody who needs it.
Yes.
It's so much more eloquent than I could ever hope to be.
I know
It
it's
sounds so beautiful.
Is that just the accent?
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's the accent.
it's
okay.
It's
Yeah.
the accent.
yeah,
He
it's,
is a very good speaker.
yeah, it's unbelievable. And guys, I mean, what he contributed, we can't say it enough. I mean, the cool cover. I mean, Sean, can you just pull straight up the cover for us? He did all this work on it. He does a ton of incredible work on. He does maps for fantasy novels. He does all sorts of artwork.
I
Super
actually went through
talented
several
guy.
covers at one point.
Yeah. And
I just
I'm
wanted
just
to
so
throw that out
blown
there.
away by it. And that's the cool thing about this whole book is that there's contributions everywhere. One of the authors, Matthew Siadak, his wife Laura, put some original art in this book. I mean, it's incredible. It's great. Not only are the stories amazing, but just the whole presentation, the book, the stuff. And, I know we've said it a lot, but guys,
Stuff.
100% of the proceeds go to Ashley. We aren't touching a dime. There's no production costs. We're not getting any royalties. This is all just to help her out. So whether you purchase the book, whether, you retweet it, help boost the signal, everything helps us and helps this cause to just make this a special event, So, all right, guys, we are going to have first giveaway. Sean, is it time already?
That's right. We're going to do a giveaway. So if you want an ebook copy of Through the Veil, type #Veil into the chat now to enter for your chance to win an ebook copy of the book. And that's instant delivery.
Instant.
And while
Instant.
Hold the fuck up. It ain't instant. I'm not on there yet.
Instant. And guys, we've got a lot of great people in the audience. I've seen Fanny, our very own Chris, Matt Lation. God,
We
I'm
Have
so
Issues
sorry.
podcast was in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony.
Dustin, Mindy, Elle. I mean, Josh, we've got so many people here. Thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with us, man. I love our little community, and you know, I love that you guys appreciate that I can mess up names as often as I do.
I think one of the things too about this is that you know, putting together an anthology, I can only imagine in a for a publishing house is an exhausting prospect, and you know, going through choosing. And I think one of the things to clarify about this was that this was something that we had put together as a small friend group, understanding that it was entirely designed to raise money for someone at the time who was struggling, right? And so there wasn't a submission process for this, which, you know, in this case it was, hey, we've got like 8 or 9 people. Let's put these together. Let's make sure that these work. And I can only imagine what the process is like for a publishing house going through and establishing an anthology. Ashley, I'm sure that you can attest to that. but it was even in that, you know, like all these little of the process of editing and putting it together was honestly a lot of fun because we got to work with just people that we adore.
And guys, I'm going to tell you, we're going to bring in all the authors that we've got here, and we're all friends. Everyone's been on the Don't Make a Weird podcast before. I fully expect this to go completely off the rails in the best kind of way. So, you know, stay tuned for that because it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm being professional right now.
Because
Ashley is
hasn't hit.
right.
All right, you guys. Let's draw this winner here.
I like that. I think it goes through. You think it's?
Oh my God!
I feel bad for Carl because it was like right there in his name. Congratulations, Carly.
And
Carl's
Daniel,
name
can
was there
you
for, like,
send me your mom's email
Yes.
so I can give it to her now? Like, can you do that now so I don't forget, please?
Yeah, let's
What were you
shut
saying,
everything
Rance?
down right now.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
now.
what were you saying, Rance? Keep talking.
I was just saying. I saw Carl's name up there, and it lingered. It lingered for so long.
It was a
I wanted
tease.
that for you, Carl. Well, don't worry. If you didn't win this time, we're going to have more giveaways over the course of this episode. So, Carl, you just hang around, buddy. We're going to do this. We got you, man. I believe in you, Carl. So guys, before we get our authors here, there's a fun tradition that anytime we get Ashley on a show with us, we play a game that she is far better at than the rest of us are. Sean, care to explain the rules of what we're about to do?
Yeah, we're going to play a little game that we like to call Weird Titles.
Look at that graphic. It's a new graphic.
Basically, I am going to first let me get rid of this comment that's on the screen. I'm going to give y'all a dirty word that I'm pulling from a dirty word of the day random word generator. Okay, and you're gonna quickly insert it into the title of a book or movie and make that thing funny or dirty or awkward or, you know, whatever.
Producer Sean, could you repeat that part of the instructions again? Because I don't think I was very clear on them. What do you do with that dirty word?
So you slide it in, slide it into the title of a book or movie, replace one of the words in that book or movie.
Do you like jackhammer it in, or do you like slowly?
No, slide it.
Sorry.
Okay.
The softer the better. God, I thought you had some kids now.
These fucking idiots. Okay, you guys.
I got that treatment. That was immediate.
Listen, the phrasing was absolutely on purpose, and then you just kept smacking that horse over the head when it was already dead.
And listen,
Oh, you said the H word.
Oh, shit.
And it's ironic because it was Daniel.
Yeah.
And, you know, he definitely...
Can you post Fanny's latest comment? Because we haven't even started the game, and Fanny's already got a point.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Or weird titties if you're my husband. Nailed it.
All right, Fanny's got 1 point, guys. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Let's roll for the first word. It's going to be shitter.
Oh,
Got it.
So ready.
Ashley?
A tale of two shitters.
oh no!
Gorgeous.
I got one. Okay, Shitter's Curse.
Nice.
All right. The dark shitter. And the
The
dark,
dark
shitter,
shitter.
and the dark shitter returns.
The
Oh,
dark
this is a Batman
shitter.
reference.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna. Do I go now? I can't remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
Just
go with
jump
the
in if you got one.
I'm gonna go with the Shawshank shitter.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. And audience, feel free to go put your titles in here too. If you got better than us, because you guys are way more clever, post it up, man. This is a free for all in here. So
Although I do like a tale of two shitters.
Tale of Two Shitters is really good.
That's pretty great.
I had another one, but I just didn't use it. I used that one.
She's keeping that.
I
one
mean,
in
you
the
might
chamber.
you might want it in the back pocket for
Yeah.
another one of these words.
Tell mom the baby shitter's dead.
Don't tell mom the baby shitter's dead.
Matt Lation.
That's
yes.
fucking great. All right, so the next dirty word is ass monkey.
Oh my god.
Got it.
Oh no.
Go for it,
What?
Ashley.
Yeah, go-
Go
yeah,
for it.
so.
20,000 Leagues Under the Ass Monkey.
Well, going in that classical vein, we've got the Great Ass Monkey.
Yeah, I decided to challenge myself and just go with classic titles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
She's making it harder for herself. Love and Ass Monkey.
Love an ass monkey.
10 things I hate about Ass Monkey.
What's number one on that list, Rance?
I don't know yet. I gotta figure that one out.
Or the alternate title, The Taming of the Ass Monkey.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. That listen,
Oh,
that's one
here's-
of the best soundtracks there.
This is great. How about Dick Tickler?
Got
Oh,
it.
hold on.
Moby-
Before we get to
got it.
that, Sean, we got a couple in the comments that have had some really good ones
All right,
that I want to. Yeah.
Journey to the
Sweet.
Center of the Ass Monkey. It's got a theme going here. I like it.
Yep. Matt may be competition for you, Ashley. Like
Sean Fraser with The Time Traveler's Ass Monkey.
Carl's got me.
oh God, Carl.
That's a
12
great
ass
ad.
monkeys. That's a great one.
Oh no.
The Great Ass Monkey. Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, Ass Monkey House. Oh, we got some great ones.
Who's
All right.
locked and loaded with a dick tickler?
All right, we ready for? Oh,
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
Ashley.
Yep.
Tinder is the dick tickler.
Oh,
Thank you, F. Scott Fitzgerald.
That's just pure
Harry
poetry.
Potter and the Dick Tickler.
damn it, Dina.
That's your well for this game, Dina.
Yeah.
Harry Potter in the
I was
naughty
actually
word.
gonna do Moby and the Dick or Moby Dick Tickler, but I was like, I already kind of said
That's
it.
really
Not
good.
that, so.
Yeah, that is. Rance, this next one's for you because we.
Oh,
have,
I'm
Oh no, I'm
ready.
letting you know. I'm dedicating mine to you.
okay. Oh,
It's-
okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's
Ragged Dick Tickler.
it's Ragged Dick Tickler. Okay, that's better than what I had. I'm sticking with that.
Yeah.
His Ragged Dick Tickler.
No, you can't steal mine. You have to have another one.
Damn it.
I chickened out.
He just said, "This one's mine."
Well, that's all.
Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
take that.
You know what? I'm gonna go then right in turn to that, and I'm gonna go with the title with the Beloved Friends book. Dick Tickler Special.
Beautiful. Coming out 2023.
2023. For the record, his Ragged Company, which this great title is based on, is available now on Amazon and on Audible.
Thank you. Thank you.
His Ragged Dick Tickler. All right. Let's see what we got from the audience, Sean.
Let's see. We've got the Joy Dick Ticklers Club.
Oh my god.
Matt Leishon's batting 100 right
And
now.
soup for
Or batting
the-
1,000, I mean.
Yep.
Jurassic Dick Tickler, which I already put on the screen, but it bears repeating.
Yeah. No, that's.
And
incredible.
Abby Simpson dropped a Christmas Dick Tickler. Still in season for those festive fans out
That's-
there.
You know,
Ew.
I thought National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was my favorite Christmas movie, but now I know what it is. I
the Christmas
truly
Dick
know.
Tickler.
The Christmas.
This looks
Dick
like something that would be on like the Hallmark channel, like coming in next at 7:30 p.m. A Christmas Dick Tickler.
All right, you guys.
We need Bob on so you guys can have pitch a movie theater. You know, we can have a little.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I continue.
This has been Weird Titles.
Woo!
Thank you all for playing.
Yeah, man, we love doing that game with you, Ashley, and oh god, that is excellent. So, guys, we are going to bring in all of our authors here to right now for the roundtable. I'm going to introduce them and tell you which story of theirs. I'm already going to mess up Rance's. So, Rance, go introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Wait,
what am I?
What did you write? What did you write? Is what he's asking.
I wrote a story for this that's sort of like a space sci-fi horror story called Matryoshka, and it takes place during the. I'm sorry.
I said Gesundheit.
Yeah, thank you. It takes place during the space race with a not exactly so willing astronaut heading to the moon to prepare the moon for the arrival of the astronauts we all know and love.
Yes.
And he has a bit of an underappreciated job, and also happens to stumble across something that no one has exactly encountered before.
A dick tickler.
I was going to say
Spoilers.
How'd you know?
Sorry. All right. So Rance is one of our guests, and we have two that couldn't be here today. We have Shannon Bright, who wrote The Skeleton Who Could Not Smile. Guys, that story is so good. Shannon's
so good.
It kicks
She had
off
to
the
have
whole
a
thing.
consult for that story. Yeah, that's great.
Oh god, so good. And we have Dewi Hargreaves, who wrote a poem called War Shell that's in there, and he's so good at maximizing words and making me go, okay, he just put like 100 words, and now I wish he wrote like 100,000. So
I really love that poem as well. It's so neat to see a poem featured in the midst of all these stories, and to also know that a poem carries that much narrative weight behind it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, our first guest to the stage, and we're going to introduce them all, and then have them kind of give a little brief description of their story after they've all appeared, like Rance did. We have Stephen Howard, who wrote Of Rivers and Storms.
Hello.
We have the legend himself, Alexander James, who wrote Echo Call. Not me. You got
Everyone gets applause,
Hi.
baby.
Yeah. We've got Matthew Siadak, who wrote The Queen Returns. Could be about any type of queen, really. And we have Kay Thomas, aka Chris, who gave us Offerings of Cotton. What's up, guys?
You forgot somebody.
Oh no. Oh god. Who did I? No, I didn't.
Oh my god.
Also-
I'm looking at her right now. She's already on screen.
Who?
Also, I'd like to clarify.
I said
Matthew. What was the name of your story?
Love bites.
There we go. Just wanted to make sure that we put that one out there for you, Daniel.
God damn it. I knew I'd mess up Sidak's name. Matthew Siadak, I'm so sorry. I love you. You're beautiful.
Stick with it.
I'm a terrible person. I don't know why anyone ever lets me host.
We love you,
anything.
Daniel.
That's two. For the people counting at home, that's two.
Hard to believe it's that low, TBH.
There's been a lot of mistakes off screen.
I mean, he's still missing a fucking person.
Who am I missing?
Oh my god.
I said Chris.
Nobody tell him.
I said Chris. I said Kay Thomas, aka Chris.
It's the gap on
Nobody
Dina's
tell
screen. It's a whole ass person.
What have I done?
Christ.
Someone help me. I don't know what I've done.
Let's just move on.
I just wasn't going to
Okay,
introduce
that's
you
fair.
and me, Dina. I wasn't introducing you and me because we're already here.
Rance was already here too.
I said
Yeah.
the Queen Returns. No. Roll back the tape later. I said the
I'll
Queen
roll back.
Returns.
Now
I'm pretty
fucking
sure-
you
I
the
said
You
the
gave
Queen
that
Returns,
word to me.
and I said
You said Matthew Siadak wrote The Queen Returns.
You did.
Let this woman have her success, man. You have to give that to another man. I
Real,
love
you
Matthew.
literally gave it away.
Come on. Matthew's like, for one, that's not even my story.
Do you
Two,
fucking realize how hard it is to wrangle 9 fucking people?
mistakes were made. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Where's my editor, Dustin? Dustin.
Dustin, are you here? I didn't know he was in the audience.
Oh Jesus. So that's my editor, Dustin Taylor, also an incredibly talented author who is supposed to prevent me from making mistakes like this. But I'm going to start going across the screen. So Dina, start out first. Give us a little blurb like Rance did of your short story.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I totally forgot what my story was about. So when we were like, "Yeah, who wrote the story about the Dragon Queen?" I was like, "God, I hope that's me," because I was like pretty sure that it was, but there was a solid chance that it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, my story was about a queen and that came from this like alternate realm or whatever, and she has the mark of the Jera, which is dragons, and it's like she is bonded to this dragon, but she also has the superpower of the divine, and she can shapeshift, so she's like a hybrid kind of. And she's in hiding, and she has to come out of hiding to save her people. So
Nice. And Mr. Alexander James, what about you, bud?
Hey,
Hey.
mine's God, it's a fraction as cool as any of the stories that have been talked about. Mine's about an EMS worker having the worst night of her life.
It's a banger of a story.
That's it.
It is banger. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, all these stories are so good, but also I think one of the things that's really cool about it is that we see people engaging in superhuman feats, and I don't mean that like superhero wise per se, but just dealing with supernatural or superhuman circumstances as well, both the terrifying and the wonderful throughout. And I really love that kind of ground level stuff.
Yeah. And listen, Alex is always too, he won't toot his own horn, but man, he writes a hell of a story. And you know who else writes a hell of a story? It's the man, Stephen Howard, who is in anything that has to do with our Twitter sphere. I know this doesn't technically count as like a 4, 5, 6 Pete, but I feel like we're gonna give you a bonus one anyways, buddy. Tell us about your story.
My story is called Of Rivers and Storms, and I basically tried to cram an epic fantasy into like 6,000 words, which is why I panic messaged Dina and said, I've written 8,500 words. Can you help me bring this down a little bit? So that was fun. But it's basically the premise is that a spell gets rid of all modern technology. It's set in Manchester, and a witch resurrects an ancient warlord who basically goes on the warpath. He can resurrect or reanimate his enemies, and there's a young man called Gary Rivers who's just trying to plays PlayStation, and then he finds out he's the chosen one, so he has to go and fight this ancient warlord.
I mean, I think we can all relate to this. Happens all the
6,000 words? Fuck off! No way.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, people
awesome.
went like ham with this.
Yeah.
Like I knew we were choosing really like talented, strong authors, but y'all like gave me stories, and I was like, we need
Wait,
this.
but which fantasy land does Manchester sit in? Is that
New Hampshire.
Oh, nice. I hear
That's
good
why it's
things.
New Hampshire, yeah. Perfect. And Matthew Siadak, give us a little tell us a little bit about yours, man. The backward night himself.
Mine was a little bit different. It's a story that I'd already written a handful of years ago that my wife and I, when we started looking at getting me published, it was for a charity anthology. So it's rather serendipitous that I got to be as part of this. But that publication fell through. So here it's a story about a fae girl that's been previously kidnapped by vampires, freed, and is coming back to seek revenge on them.
Little John Wick or Joan Wick style of storytelling. Oh man,
Ashley for a minute just had this look like Daniel.
But no, it's a great book. I mean, awesome action sequences. Can't recommend enough. And of course, the superstar herself, the author of Time to Wake and Not Right Now, Chris Thomas. What's up? Tell us about your story.
You're going to have to remind me to take myself off mute because I just laugh the entire time I am on this show. And so I have to keep myself muted so it's not perpetually interrupting people. But it's like Zoom meetings at work, like, you're on mute. So when I had chatted with Dina about it, the goal was kind of to do epic battle type story, like getting over or accomplishing something or battle. Not my strong suit. So I did not supply an 8,000 word story or 6,000 word story. I was like, this is as many words as I can do and have a fight scene. It's as good as I can go. So my story was Offerings of Cotton, which is a story about post-apocalyptic social commentary on end of the world, humans destroying the environment, waking up the dragons, and then generally just being pissed. But the story is, focused on the human element of you finding, a person in the middle of this destroyed city and following them and finding out all their secrets, and then basically in a very short amount of time bonding with another person, and a little bit of them just going through their moment or their day of meeting and how their relationship starts, because that's what I write. I don't write epic battles, and the battle is probably the shortest part of the whole story. So I slid in on the requirements with a single paragraph.
What are rules but things to be broken?
Yeah. Rules,
Which
man.
also add on to that a little bit. Initially, this was very we wanted it to be very, Dewi and I wanted it to be very battle focused, because we were thinking of Ashley as just a warrior and everything that she's had to go through. My dad went through the same exact things that she's going through, and it takes a very, very strong person. So we really wanted to focus on battles, but it kind of shifted from warrior focused. And because a lot of us aren't really battle focused writers anyway, so it kind of shifted into more of overcoming and seeing through the veil, like what we talked about earlier.
Yeah, and let me tell you, one of the most intimidating things, because they always joke around the show that I'm the ideas guy, and I just remember sitting there and being like, what we should do, guys? We should get
I
a
was so pissed at you.
story anthology and get everyone together and help her out. And then Dina actually doing the real work, and Rance and Dewi actually putting this all together. When I started hearing all the authors that started putting their names in the hat, I'm like, holy shit, I'm not good enough to be associated with all of this. And so my story is called The Last Galme. It's in there. It's a story I wanted to kind of focus on, because it's another thing I've commented on before, that for me, I'm Jewish, and there's not a lot of Jewish action heroes in modern media. We are the comic relief. We are the lawyers, the doctors, the whatever character. There's not, maybe I'm sure there's examples out there, but it's hard to find someone you go, yeah, that Jewish character kicks some ass over there. And so I was like, I wanted to write something like that, and it's based in World War II, and it kind of time hops between there and the 90s. And it's actually based on a real Jewish Medal of Honor winner from World War II, who I then took and turned it into an absolute fantasy story. Hopefully you guys like it. And I'm just so honored to be a part of this little thing,
I love that Daniel said we're the comic relief characters. We're the doctors and lawyers, two professions which I traditionally associate with stand-up comedy.
That is a little bit
Oh, you mean the most successful characters. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're doctors and lawyers. We have 401ks and responsibilities. But you know us from us cracking wise.
True, though.
But got two sides of the spectrum: comedy or just the people that we look up to and can't live without.
We're not great athletes,
Daniel,
but yeah, and so this anthology, it holds the whole thing. It deals with a lot of conflict, and man, I got to read all these stories, and y'all kick some ass, dude. Holy crap! I think the biggest takeaway I had with all these was, literally, I could go to each story and go, yeah, I'm going to need you to go ahead and make a full story out of this. So just go ahead and, Chris, go ahead and just toss another 50, 60,000 words on that, if you don't mind.
Steven did.
Yeah. They're on the cutting room floor right now.
Yeah,
I mean, felt so bad
room
going
floor.
through that, and I was
that.
you don't need that. You don't need that. Yeah, cutting room floor.
Yeah, Matthew Siadak, you wrote some kick-ass freaking action scenes. I was just sitting there, I could visualize yours being in a movie. I was just like, yeah, get Mila Jovovich in there or something. Let's do this. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to kind of go around in a circle here. We'll kind of go in similar order that we just had. Just kind of get a couple questions in about the book. And audience members, if you guys have some questions, we'll get around to you guys as well. So I guess I will start with Senior, or actually, the queen dragon herself, Dina S.
You almost forgot me again, didn't you?
I'm the worst. Can you go ahead and tell me what inspired this story for you?
Your mom.
Oh, hey. My mom already won a
Shout
book
out.
Hey,
today.
Corley.
Corley's here.
Danny's
We
mom, we
love
love you.
Corley.
I don't know what inspired this story. Next question.
Okay. Thank you for your contributions, Dina.
I don't
Rance,
know. I
what
like
inspired this
dragons
story?
and shit.
That's fair and valid. I'm on board with that. Rance, what about you? What was your inspo?
So my inspo, thank you so much. Is that like a thing that kids say nowadays?
You're the
No.
I assume that you have better
Yes.
connection.
No. Oh, they do. Okay. My inspo. So I was actually really inspired back during when Lost Boys Press put out the Great Wars anthology, and I was thinking in my head, like, I love writing battle scenes. I absolutely love it, but at the same time, writing something that meets the expectation of like a great war or a great battle is really terrifying to me at the same time. So I had written about the space race because it's some kind of war that occurred because it's technological, right? And I had written this, and it turned into something more of like a horror story, which is very different for me. I'm not much of a horror writer. I love fantasy. I love the weird. And so I tried my hand at something that was historical, which I love. I love historical fantasy in general. But just with a little, like,
Dina, quit bullying the guest.
a little. I was about to say a little bit, but I said a little bitch. A little bit of horror in it. So there's a little bit of horror in that thing.
So that's a unit of measurement now.
Yeah,
A little
just
bit
a little
of
bit,
horror.
just a little bit of horror.
I'm about
Measures
100
horror
little
and
bitches.
bitches.
Of...
Can we clip that of just Daniel saying I'm 100 little bitches?
Got it.
Sean, can you just go ahead and clip it? My man, Alex James, talk to us about your inspo.
So when Dina hit me up about potentially joining this anthology, which I was super stoked to do, I did think a little bit about the theme because I didn't want to write, as I think a lot of us did, like I wanted to approach the theme from more of like a wider viewpoint and not just write about like a fight, because I think as writers, like that's not the story that's interesting to write or necessarily to read. You can make it interesting, but like I approached it from a different perspective of like what's a more interesting fight. And as somebody commented earlier, it's about the struggles that we all like deal with, and it's actually like the inspiration for this anthology. So I wanted to approach it from that angle. And I live in the middle of Brooklyn on a street with a hospital at one end. So I hear ambulances all the goddamn time. If you are listening to this and you are a member of the New York City like planning system, what the fuck were you thinking? Sorry, hey, what's up? I hear ambulances a lot, and I was like, it's probably a hard job is that one, and that's Then we went, then we rolled.
And Mr. Stephen Howard, how about you, bud?
I almost did the opposite. I was like, I'm going to lean into this very simple idea as hard as fucking possible, basically. I was like, right, I'm going to have as many fights as possible.
6,000 words hard.
It's going to be,
And there are a lot of fights too, and they're hilarious.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do something funny, but I've kind of been playing with the idea of like technology being gone, and then having something set
basically.
in.
Thanks for that thought.
In something set in modern day without that, essentially. So, and I thought, well, I'm going to set something in Manchester where I'm from and really lean into kind of like geek culture. So there's loads of references, like the opening line's literally like a reference to the Game Over Man line from Aliens, Bill Paxton, just straight away, just set the tone. And then so I kind of just went from there. Really, I'm going to go as big and bombastic as possible. Really, so there's magic everywhere, there's battles everywhere. It's kind of a wild ride was sort of what I was aiming for.
And listen, for the fans of video games, I counted like maybe it's in my head, but tell me if I'm wrong, Steven. There was like a dozen video game references in that at least.
Yeah, at one point he's just like, I'm sick of this Raccoon City shit, and then starts slashing away at undead again. So that kind of thing is sort of dotted throughout. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to write.
Yep. And listen, man, Steven's my dude that is basically like our little Terry Pratchett that you have at home. No pressure on that, but I love that very dry sense of humor. Matthew Siadak, tell me about what inspired you on this kick-ass story.
So again, this story came about from an anthology call that fell apart, but the original theme was Their Eyes Met. So every story in the anthology had to be romantic in nature to a point, and it had to start with their eyes met across the room. That kind of kicked it off, and I went with it with the idea of, I know I've explained this to some people, but my wife and I had met via writing. And this is part of a sprawling world that we've been writing and working on for 20 some years. So I took some of our characters from that and built a scene around it of them being what looks like on opposite sides of the room, but they're actually working together.
That's awesome. And you had a nice little twist there at the end. I mean, man, awesome story. Chris, talk to us about the offering of cotton. A offering of cotton.
Well, I have to write stuff with some kind of fantasy in it, and so it's this right paranormal, whatever. And so I actually just went to Twitter and I was like, all right, it's dragons, it's something else. Pick it, tell me what it is, and the predominant request was for dragons, so that's the initial, which I think worked, right? Because we were talking about the whole point of the anthology is something that is overcoming and rising out of that, and it felt good, and so it was quick inspiration, and I was like, yes, I can work with this. There's also reference to a platypus, which is directly from Daniel, so it's partially inspired by you, my friend. So in honest, all truthness, there is a Twitter proof out there that is there's proof. I have screenshots.
It's very true, and trust me, when I read that line, I was like, "Oh my god, yes!" I was very excited about
Chris,
that.
you gave this man a platform. You empowered him. What's next?
To be fair, we all get him a platform here. Like,
I promised.
He sucks you in with these little ideas. Though. There's a nose boop
No,
in
but
one of
that's
my
the thing.
stories, and that's Daniel's
He's
fault
so
as well.
sweet, right? He's a giant teddy bear, and then you're like, well, I can't break your heart.
He's like a red
Now you
panda,
can.
only sucks.
Wait, are we talking about Daniel?
Alex
Hey,
is
yo,
listening
Daniel
here, like,
sucks low key. Like, hang on a second. I love everybody on the screen.
No,
Like,
No, look.
no one doesn't. Everyone loves Daniel. No one doesn't love Daniel. Double
Hold
negative.
on. I do have an Alex James story here, because so he made the mistake of letting me beta read one of his stories one time, and so I have a tradition. If I beta read your story, beta read the whole story, I rewrite one scene, like a paragraph or something, to involve Jar Jar Binks.
Every author's horror story.
see, you would think that you would fucking say that up front, wouldn't you? You would think that would be a caveat, dare I say, a line in a contract. Hey, my friend, if you want a beta read, I'm gonna fuck up one of your chapters low key.
You ever see one
In
of
the
those
small print. Small
There's
print.
shitty reply guys on Twitter that's like, great clip, but let me edit it for you for free. That's what you do, only under the pretense of humor, Daniel.
It's the card in the Santa Claus where, like, around the periphery, it just says, like, if you let me read this book, I'm gonna really ruin one chapter, and you're never gonna know it. And then one day you're gonna check your email, and there's gonna be a chapter like attachment for me that says you're welcome.
Everyone else just kind of rolls their eyes or gives a little giggle. All I got from Alex was, "What the fuck, man?"
See, this is why I didn't give you editor privileges on my manuscript when I sent it to you.
Very smart. Very
Wise.
I don't give Daniel any editorial. He doesn't even get comments usually. He usually gets a view, and then he can DM for it.
Yeah.
They give you
I
one
just put him
to
as
talk
viewer and sent it to him, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Thanks for working on the anthology. This is my present to you."
It's real platypus energy there, Dan.
That's that real platypus energy, guys. And so listen, I still owe Fanny a beta read, so that's on my list, as well as
Me too.
Maria.
To be fair, you owe me
And,
a beta read too, so that's.
Yeah, listen,
Guys, you're all in the same boat.
I'm trying to catch up. I love you.
Guys.
There is Jar Jar for everyone.
He can't say no, so like,
That's the problem that
Yeah.
I think people don't realize is Daniel's going to say yes to every beta read, and he's not going to have time to get to it. But he's
But I
going to
really
feel so
want
bad
to.
about disappointing
got
you.
real
want to.
Guy's got real Ado
Yeah, it's
Annie
not on
energy.
purpose.
And yes, Matt, I've got you for Jar Jar to ride a wyvern. I'm in. Sorry. We got sidetracked. I knew this was going to happen, but we're going to get back on track here. Dina, tell me something that you hope the audience takes away from reading your story. Something fun, or just what you hope that they.
Are we supposed to do something? I think I read something in the chat.
Yeah, he often ignores me. I wanted to give away another ebook in between questions here. So
yeah, let's do it.
Way to be an
first of
adult.
all, huge shout out to the people in the chat who have already bought the book. Several people who are here right now already bought the book. Thank you so much for your support.
Mindy,
you're gonna get
Matt. Yeah,
an amazing book of great stories from all of these people here and a couple of people who couldn't make it. And if you didn't buy it yet, that's okay. We're going to give you a chance to win it again, an ebook copy for hashtag TTV into the chat right now.
Yes.
Hashtag TTV.
And what you guys sorry, go on.
And if that's your name on Call of Duty Warzone or Apex Legends, know that I'm coming for you. If
You have killed me
is
3 times today, and I'm furious.
You know what that is, though, right, Rance?
Yeah. That's why
it.
I'm coming for him, so I can show them on Twitch. Everybody watch them die.
Kitty television.
Daniel.
Listen, hold on, Elle. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Because, hold on. And I need everyone's help here to help me bully Elle here. Elle is one of my good friends in real life. She wrote a great story for Great Wars from Lost Boys Press. And she has been working on this incredible novel that she has been slacking on for the last couple of months. So can you guys help me bully her into writing?
I'm not helping you because you haven't written anything new in 15 years.
That's not true. Carved City.
10 years.
No, Carved City was 2 years.
2
It
years
hasn't
ago?
been 2 years.
You finished it 2 years ago?
Yeah, I finished it right before we started the podcast. So it's like a year and a half.
That's why that is.
It's not finished. It's not finished.
No, did you even get through my beta notes at all?
Yes, I incorporated all of your beta notes. I read every. No, I did. You can look at the document.
Oh,
You can look.
yeah, you did. You did the kiss scene.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That was a really good advice. All right, Sean, who do we got for a winner?
Last call. Get your hashtag TTV into the chat. I'm drawing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Alex entering the
Let's
giveaway.
go, baby. Blessed.
It did to you and it did to Carl earlier. It's like, maybe?
I can't believe I got Carled.
You got Carl. Oh no.
You got Carl.
Oh my gosh. We need to listen for the last giveaway. We just need to put Carl in just to, he deserves a shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dustin, can you confirm in the chat if I can just send it to your LVP email?
If you could just dox yourself and tell us where you live, that'd be dope as hell.
Absolutely.
Address, phone number.
Your house.
Right
How about a phone number, maybe an address, low key,
little social security, perhaps.
Like I don't already have all of his information because I'm a creep on Twitter.
Listen, for all the folks at home, Dina is the best internet sleuth, so she probably knows everything about you. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm. You think that you're safe behind your pseudonym? You're not.
All right, so Dina, tell the folks what you hope the audience gets a little takeaway from your book.
See, I hate being the first to do this because I can't come up with a really good lie because I don't have anything that I care that you take away from it other than you enjoyed it.
And that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Then fine.
I don't know, like some mythological. I had a stroke. Sorry.
Yeah.
Some sense of existential crisis that you now understand about yourself. I don't know, some nonsense. Enjoy
if you
it.
have problems with your parents, your mother or your father, this story is for you.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a good one. Yeah, if you've got daddy issues, this is the story for you.
Oh my God, we'll go in reverse order.
It's trust yourself, Dina. I read it.
It's trust yourself. Okay.
It's right because the character goes through your prophecy, your stuff that's going on, and knows something is wrong, but has this no, that can't be. No, this can't be happening.
All right, Chris is
I think
right.
everybody needs a Chris in their life to make sure that they're prepped up and ready to go just as a human being.
Chris, can you just tell us what everyone should take away from all of our stories here?
Yeah,
Can you just...
I still can't even tell you like what happened in my story, so I love that for me. Thank you.
That's incredible. You know what? We're gonna go in
What
reverse
I'm
order
here
because
for.
Chris, you start us off. Tell us what you hope the audience takes away from your story.
I think that if they're going to take anything away from my story, it's that there are genuinely good people in some of the worst circumstances.
Love it. Love it. Mr. Siadak, what's the takeaway here, bud?
Never stop fighting and don't be afraid to kick a little ass.
Hey!
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is, yeah. We need to put that on a t-shirt. Holy shit. Steven, what about you, buddy? What's the takeaway?
That sibling relationships can be messy, but it's never too late to reconnect and also battle ancient warlords. Always do that.
Right.
Once a day, you
Right.
should try to battle an ancient warlord.
Good
Twice on
exercise.
Tuesdays.
Cracking cardio.
Oh shit, Alex, what's the takeaway, man? Is it just don't live in Brooklyn?
Nah, low key, yes. No, it's you are stronger than your hardest struggle.
Man, y'all so talented.
Yeah, god damn it.
It's because
so
I
glad I
remembered what
picked
my
you.
story was about. It's actually really helpful. to, like, sort of,
Yeah, I could see how that would help some people, but here's the thing.
yeah.
Story.
And Alex didn't even have a Chris to help him out.
Sometimes we got to be our own Chris. You know what I mean? Struggle's real.
Mm.
That needs to go on a t-shirt. Sometimes we gotta be our own Chris.
We're making
I would buy it.
I would too.
Okay, watching Chris walk around with a shirt that said "Be Your Own Chris" would be my absolute favorite thing in the world.
I would post that all over social media.
DMIWpodcast.com/shop.
Shop. Store? Maybe or shop. Is it? I don't
It's
know.
store.
Store.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I got it right.
Get a blanket.
All right, Rance.
Backwards.
Dina's in a goddamn shambles right now. I love it.
I think if there's anything to take away from mine, it's that colonization sucks, and it sucks on planet Earth. So let's not do it anywhere else either.
Jesus. My takeaway from my story is some of the other things that go into sacrifice, because we always see the noble heroic sacrifice, and I hope that people see the heart behind beyond just like, hey, I want to be a heroic badass, like the things that you leave behind and the people that have to pick up the pieces and kind of walking in those footsteps. So I gotta need my own Chris for this.
You did great.
I think you did a great
I'm
job.
going to give you the props right there and say you did great. That was nice. You also had the longest time to think about it, my dude. But
That's the best part about getting to be the guy that asks the
being
question.
last, right?
It's like when we play our make up the story game, or wait, you've got like 30 seconds to make up the back blurb of a book or whatever that game is that we play.
Pitch a book.
Yeah,
yep.
Pitch a
Daniel always
story.
likes to go last because he steals all of our stories. So he sounds really inspirational.
Don't worry, I'm already stealing lines from you, Dina. All right, guys. So, last thing, we'll kind of rapid fire through this, and then we'll kind of get on to the Daniel wildcard questions. So, just quickly,
Jesus.
yeah, this can be
Oh, wait,
excellent.
sorry. Did
If you
say-
think
was
I have
not on mute for that?
Can
Darn
we
it.
skip the part where you just make everyone do animal noises?
Oh no, Steven has to. Yeah.
Fine, just make Steven do it,
What?
though. It's just Steven. It's bullying. We
Yeah,
all
no.
accept it and move on.
I've been doing my vocal exercises. I'm ready.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
was gonna say
prepared.
that is just for Steven.
It's-
The rest of you guys.
He knew what this was.
All right. So the question is going to be, what made you guys want to contribute to the anthology, and just any kind of final thoughts about being a part of this. So,
Oh, I can go first on this one.
oh, perfect, Dina. Would you like to go first?
I wanted to be involved because I made it. So there.
And you happen to love Ashley and all that, yeah. Mr. Siadak, we're gonna go in random order this time.
Fair
He's
enough.
not going to remember who he went with, though.
You know, he's gonna forget somebody like his co-host.
That's so weird. Who would do that?
For me,
Dan,
it
how
was
do
an
you deal
honor
with this?
to be with all of these talented authors that I look up to, and to be able to provide something to support for somebody who's a dear friend.
Love it. Andrew James.
Not my name, bud.
Did you say Andrew James?
Yeah, I'm trying to play it off like I did it on
Jesus.
purpose, but it absolutely. This is what happens. You put AJ in there, Alex. You put
I have been on
AJ.
the
A could
show
stand for.
Did
any-
you know an AJ?
Separate times.
Well, I mean, you were. Let's face it. Sometimes you're dressed a little differently, and
be
it's like
fair, though,
putting a
his
hat
name's
on
never
when
been
your
on it.
dog's in the house, right?
The
You
good
ever
old
do that? Your
superhero
dog all of a sudden
costume.
is like, what is happening?
His-
Who is this stranger?
But
Hello,
here's the
it's
thing:
me,
his name
Andrew
has
James.
never
you
been
meant
on an
from the
episode.
dog's perspective, not you putting a hat on your. I was like, Rance, what are you doing to that poor dog?
Honestly,
No.
I did too. I just now got it.
She has a sweater. Hey, you ever
Checks
walk
out
in the
for you,
house
Dina.
and you're like in a jacket, and your dog's like, "Who the fuck is this?" And you're like, "I don't know, dude. I smell the same, right? I smell terrible, so I smell the same."
Alex, do you smell the same?
I do smell like butter chicken. Yes, I smell the same. What was the question? Please repeat it for us.
What made you want to be a part of this anthology, and just any kind of final thoughts about this project?
Oh, I've always been hugely impressed by Ashley and her work at Lost Boys Press, and I don't often get a chance to help with this idiot thing that I've decided to call art. So it's like a relief to actually like assist someone instead of sort of like low key just opening another avenue to talk about myself. So
Perfection.
Yeah.
Stephen Howard.
Similar to everyone else, Dina said Ashley's name, and I just said yes straight away. And then obviously she outlined, the ideas behind it, and I thought, I can get on board with that. I can roll with that, and that was that really. So yeah, it was
Perfect.
a no-brainer.
Easiest decision ever. Rance.
I knew you were gonna do that because you're not going in random order anymore. By the way.
Yeah, I know. Kinda.
Yeah.
I'm a liar.
You went Dina, Matt backwards. Where's Chris at? Wait, go with Chris next.
Listen, Rance, can I go next?
Yeah, you can go next. Daniel, by the way, I want to apologize to you. I'm
Yeah.
busting your ass hard tonight,
Yeah.
and I just
I'm gonna
love
stop you
you,
right
I
there, Chris. Could you go next?
I hate the bit.
The bit is back.
Oh, he slid that one in there real good.
That's a
That's
first.
what she said.
Damn it.
I don't know who was trying to beat you to it, but
that buzzer is in my right ear and not
all the
my
way, like
left.
all the way back
Yes,
deep
so
there,
it's-
right?
every time I look over there, like something's happening in the office. I'm like, what's happening? It's this perfect.
We're in Dolby
spatial
surround
audio.
sound, baby.
I
That
thought I
shit
was
came
being
from my
gurgled.
tap
one
water
headphone
bowl.
on.
I have no idea what's going on either. Rance, hit us, buddy.
Oh, okay. It's so yeah, I think Alex put it perfectly. Ashley has always been this presence to admire and look up to. Working hard to take this an indie press and really make it visible. And Ashley is one of these people that I'll see stuff that she posts on Twitter, and I literally think in my head, if I comment on this, like, is she gonna think I'm a weird guy, or like, is she gonna think it's like I want to be friends with this person? But no, being able to use this thing that we do for our hobby and for fun, but also for expression, and to see that go in some capacity to help somebody out who has either been in or is in a tight spot is honestly like the best part of writing. And they always say, pay your authors. Obviously, pay authors, right? But we all volunteered to do this because the part of the payment is being able to help a friend out. Because I got to be honest with you, there's not many times in my life where I get to financially help somebody else out. And so to be able to step in and do so in a different way is really awesome, and you really deserve it. So the minute that Dina was starting to put this together, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, give us a little criticism here. Why are you in this?
Chris yourself.
Chris yourself.
I mean, obviously, it's the same as everyone else. I don't even know if I remember or if I even paid attention to what Dina was saying. Here's what it's like, what the concept of the story was. I just saw we're doing this for Ashley, and I was like, yes. And then I'm like, wait, what did I agree to? Like, it was an afterthought of like, what did I say I could do for this? And I think I even had responded like, okay, I'm going to try. I'll try. Is it good enough? Is it worthy? Right? Because it started with just, hey, do you want to do this? And then it was like, all these people are going to be in. And then I sent my story over like, is it good enough? Does it work? But yeah, it was just an immediate response, right? I don't think anyone here didn't have just that immediate instant response of not even thinking about it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Dina messaged me in the middle of a work day, and I just similar to you, Chris. Like I have no idea what the message said. I was just like, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Was this before? Yeah, let's
yes.
do it.
Yeah. I was.
Was this before or
I was
after the
in
turks?
Texas.
Turks.
You're not.
Yeah, I was traveling for work.
Absolutely.
Perfect. And listen, man, I normally I like to have the big sappy moment, and you guys have all put it together so well. I mean, I just remember the first time that we actually met Ashley, like had her come on the show. We had no idea who she was. Chad's just like, hey, yeah, she works with me at Lost Boys Press. She's got a book out. It's really good.
Who's Chad?
Yeah, Chaddington Ryan. Some guy.
We're here for Ashley, so can we keep focused, please?
Sorry. And like we were all talking. We're like, I've never interacted with her on Twitter. I don't know who she is. Chad's like, she's kind of shy. So so we're just like, all right, let's do this. And then she gets on and she starts telling these ridiculous stories, and she gives us stories from behind the press. She talks about trying to steal Travis Tritt's dog, and like it blew us away. And I just remember I was mesmerized. I was like, holy shit, she might be the funniest freaking person. And then just getting to build this friendship and this relationship. I mean, look, me and one of my buddies, we coached soccer. I went up to Birmingham to where she happened to be at the time, and we went and got ramen. We took an adorable picture together, just the sweetest picture.
And I wish you would have sent it to me so I could show it right now. It's
Yeah,
literally
that'd be
just
so
a
great.
blur.
Incredibly blurry.
Really,
The
Daniel
worst
with his
selfie I've
camera.
ever seen.
I didn't even realize it. I just remember looking at the screen, like, all right, this is a cute picture. And then, like, I went to go show it to the people in the group chat, and they're like, the fuck did you do, man? And so, Ashley, you've made a lot of people's dreams come true with doing these short stories and doing all this and putting up with all of our stupidity. And we fucking love you, and I hope that you enjoy this. So,
one of the things that I've been thinking about with this too, seeing it start, like when Dina had put this stuff, like started gathering people and thinking about this, and then seeing it through the conception, is that it's very easy in this publishing atmosphere for anyone to get together and say, we're going to do a thing, right? We're going to put together an anthology. God, I don't know how many times in my own head I've said that about like, yeah, I'm definitely going to put together an anthology. But like, it really requires something that somebody loves or someone that people love to push that. And I think it really is a statement, Ashley, as to how appreciated you are among the writers in this community, however small or large it may be in general, that this wasn't one of those things that fizzled. Because it's so easy for things to fizzle. Everybody's busy. The world is busy. And it didn't. And I think that is just a continued testament to who you are and what you continue to bring to others in writing.
that's a great call. We have a request from the audience for us all to sing Never Gonna Give You Up. Is that,
Nope.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yo, I got
Love you,
rickrolled the
Chris.
other
Christopher
day.
Smith,
It was
shout
so
out.
intense.
Great comment. Not doing it.
Verses and chorus.
I think he's
chorus,
just
what was it?
saying that your responses to that particular question was like a group performance. Of Never Gonna Give You Up.
Okay. He's from Worcestershire. So
Oh my God.
I don't know if that explains it.
Worcester.
What?
That's another city in,
Worcester.
in New Hampshire, right?
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
This very small island.
Very small island. All right, so guys,
I
get
learned
your
how to say
questions.
Worcestershire from Shrek, so
So, people in the audience, start getting your questions together while I'm setting up and doing some of these stupid wild card questions that everyone's going to absolutely hate. Why don't you guys hit us with some of your questions? You can ask them to Ashley. You can ask us to any of us. You can ask us about the book, about what the weather's like, whatever you'd like. So, kind of start getting those ready. And
Don't ask me what my story is about. I don't know.
Steven,
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'd love to go around the table just because, like, I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah.
Like, if the first answer that pops to your head, what book made you want to become a writer?
Oh,
Wizard of Oz.
Ooh, all right. I love that.
The Hobbit.
Okay. Part 1, 2, or 3.
Well, whatever one had the picture books in it, because I sure didn't read no words.
I just
Wizard of
like
Oz 3
dragons
for the
and
record.
fire.
Just already cared.
Yeah.
Magician by Remedy Feist.
Ooh.
Maybe Monstrous Regiment, Terry Pratchett. Anything in Discworld, really, but
I knew it's Terry Pratchett. Chris, what about you?
Socks for Supper. It's a kid's book.
Hell yeah.
I started writing really young.
That's
really young.
Okay,
and
I might have to buy that for my
with
daughter.
Picture books.
That's
I don't know if you
amazing.
can find it. Remember, I am 40. Okay, I don't know if that thing's in print.
Listen,
No fucking
I'm like
way you're 40
right
years old.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree with that.
Chris, solidarity on the big 4-0, by the way.
It's next month. It's February 5th.
Hey,
Wait, I'm
happy
older
birthday
than
in the future. Oh,
I thought we were like
Sorry.
literally born the
Socks for
same day.
Supper by Jack Kent is not in print anymore, but you can get a used copy on Amazon for $30.
holy shit!
Holy
It
I was
is
about to
super
say I'm
cute,
going to buy
though.
that for my daughter, but Jesus.
It
I
is
thought-
a story.
I don't love her that
about-
much.
I do. I will get it for her. It is a story about an elderly couple that lives on a farm that is destitute, and they have neighbors who have a dairy farm and that can make cheese. And the only thing that the little old lady can do is knit. And so she starts knitting socks for the neighbor and bartering and exchanging socks for cheese to because her husband loves cheese so much. And then she runs out of yarn. And so she starts knitting the socks out of his sweater until he doesn't have a sweater anymore. And it's like dead of winter and it's freezing outside. And the neighbors show up with a present and it's a sweater. So the elderly couple, the grandma-y character, was knitting socks for cheese from the character who was then using those socks to knit a sweater that then she gifts back to them.
So it's like Gift of the
so
Magi
this-
with a lot more binding up.
Yeah, it really sounds like a distilled version of capitalism, sort of like an exchange of goods and services vis-a-vis like inflation and
Wow,
Supply
you
and
would
demand.
take it that way. You would take it that
Do
way.
not ruin her childhood, sir. You get on me about Jar Jar Binks. You are ruining a childhood.
See, and me as a kid, right? Like I saw it as like you're doing something for someone else always ends up in an exchange, right? Like be good to other people, treat other people the way you want to be treated. Good things always come back around. It was very, very good, positive.
what I heard was one
and
character
naturally you're like capitalism.
one character made socks and gave a gift of socks, and the other character was like, I'm going to make that into a better present and then give it to you to inspire guilt. That
Oh, man,
is why it's
sock.
good.
Better
That's
than
buy
some
low
sweat.
and
Space race,
sell
space
high.
race, just smaller.
Oh,
It's a small version of Space Race.
I like Chris's versions of things better. My goodness.
why am I so sappy compared to all of you? Is it the old thing? Is that
No,
what did it to me?
I'm right behind
Chris?
you, Chris. I'm like,
I'm still older.
You're young. I'm 42.
Oh, okay.
oh shit! There we go. Dina is the only baby here.
We're leaning that one on Matt then. Matt's the oldest.
Why,
Oh,
why are they all jaded?
I know. They
Because
didn't-
they're writers.
Ashley, you have notably not answered the question.
Ivanhoe.
What?
I read it when I was 6.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Now,
I was a
low-key-
really different child. I started like reading independently at 2 because my mother wasn't reading fast enough for me.
I'm starting to suspect that Ashley
High
has not
five.
read a book since 1845 because like every title she's referenced has been very old, and
Dickens.
I'm
It's all
a
been
little
Dickens.
Exactly.
It's
So
not
like, Ashley,
authentic.
A tale of two shitters.
Tale of two
Yeah.
shitters.
That was only the first one.
Oh my god, that's
Nothing from Dickens'
legitimately-
later years though. The tricky second album.
Fair
it's
enough.
the B side. You never flip it over.
Never flip it. Who hasn't answered yet on the what was the book that inspired you?
I haven't done it yet.
Get on in, son.
Well, actually, I do have a complex answer to this, even though it's supposed to be simple. But I think about like the books that helped me want to write stories, like the ones that told me that I wanted to be a storyteller, were the Drizzt Do'Urden fantasy series by R.A. Salvatore, because I grew up reading about this amazing dark elf character. But then the book that made me want to write was Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Just because that book is, I think it's like the most beautiful book of the 20th century. Yeah,
That's
Beauty.
incredible. Yeah, love it.
We have a
Well-
question from the audience.
Ooh, hit it.
Christopher Smith is asking, what's a book you once didn't get, but now absolutely love?
First answer that came to mind was so sarcastic. The Program.
What's that? What? I don't know that one.
Yeah, who's that by?
It's. I'm trying to read the name of the Young is her last name. I don't remember her first name. But it's like about this dystopian future essentially where any sort of negative emotion such as like depression or sadness is considered illegal, and the government like monitors you for depression and will kidnap children and take them and wipe their memories if they start experiencing depression. And it's just like the first read through, I was just kind of like, this is kind of weird. It's a bit like too much for me. I was kind of young, but like reading it as an adult, I'm like, holy shit. Like she's got so much allegory in there. And it's just, it paints a beautiful overall picture if you look at everything and not just focus on individual words.
Great
Suzanne Young is the author. The Program by Suzanne Young.
Thank you.
I think my answer is actually quite similar. Mine's The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
Oh,
I was forced to read it in high school in English class, and I remember thinking like, this is stupid. There aren't any fight scenes in it, and he forgot to use punctuation. So like, fuck this guy.
First time you read McCarthy, you're like, what the? How'd this fucking guy get published?
How did this guy get in there? You know, but now
Right.
I read it like a couple years ago as an adult, and like it's the artistic vision and the deliberate choices and the words that he uses. I do think it's one of the most strikingly beautiful books ever written.
That's gonna put you on the depression program, though, buddy.
Yeah. The program's going to get you. You're going to get that red clip, that red pill.
Matthew, what about you, buddy?
For me, similar to what Alex said, is one of the books I was forced to read in high school is I Am Legend, and having come back to that older when I can appreciate it a little bit better and understanding exactly what it's about, and just one of the final lines just hit me a lot harder, and I had a lot more appreciation for it. And that's I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. Highly recommend it.
Also by Will Smith.
No, none of the movies are any good, and I will fight to the
And
death
Jazzy
on
Jeff. And Jazzy Jeff, right?
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah.
He was
I will
editor,
side
I think.
comment on that I love the action of the movies. If I hadn't have read the book, I've been like, that's fun, but you got to the end of the movie. You're like, but the whole point of the book.
Yeah, every
The whole
movie
point.
totally shits on the point of the book.
All right, Chris, what about you? You're up next.
Wuthering Heights, which I'll qualify to say that not that I love it, but that I remember reading it in high school and it being pitched as part of our literature class as a romance, right? That it was a really big romance. And it was so toxic that I was angry that they had pitched it to me as this is a famous romance, and I was so mad. And I remember writing this paper I thought was going to get me kicked out of the class because it was so seethingly angry at this book. And then now as an adult, I think back on it, I'm like, God, like what a good read that I wasn't angry at the author. I was mad at the fictional characters for their behavior for a decade. Right. So I have more respect now for authors' abilities. I think now that I'm older, right, to make you angry at something they made up which people often mistake for what a crap book. And in reality, they're not real. And this person was so good at making you mad at them that I'm still angry with how toxic they were.
Oh God, that's a good call. That is a great call. Steven, what about you, man?
Probably in 1984. I think I remember seeing a poll once that was like, it's the book that most people say they've read but actually haven't. And I saw that and I was like, shit, that's me. So I finally like read it when I was like 30 or something. Like I tried it a few times and I was like, it's a bit dreary. This did not get into it at all. And when I finally read it properly, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I get it now. There's a reason that half the things in this book are still referenced in popular culture and everyday speech. It is actually, visionary.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, you're back, buddy.
What's up?
What's your answer, my friend?
To what?
What the
what's
fuck,
a book?
Dan?
Yeah, book that you didn't get. Book that you didn't get.
What the fuck, Dan?
What?
Hey, what's up, Dan? My name's Andrew James, and I've already answered this fucking question, you clown.
Oh, God.
Dina, did.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm messing with you on that one.
Well, Alex has answered, but Andrew
Wait, hold on.
hasn't.
Hold on. What was my answer, Daniel?
That would be the program,
Oh, no.
Dina.
Oh shit! I thought it was the Wizard Ball. Okay.
Damn.
Okay, I'm taking your alcohol too.
Stealth burn, those are rare.
For me, I think I would say mine was, and what's interesting is so many of these, I think that we're all noticing these were books we read in high school when we were not, I guess, as mentally prepared.
Almost like there's a reason we do this shit. You know, there's a reason we torture you with these books.
And for mine was Catch-22, because at the time, you just think about it, it's like the timeline's just switching all over the place. The humor is super dry, and you don't necessarily get the horror that they're experiencing. And it's like going back and rereading Catch-22. Not only is it a fucking hilarious book, but like it's dark and impactful. And I'm just like, holy shit. Like, how did I hate this book?
It's interesting too that actually sort of matches right up with The Last Galmi in a way. Like just that idea of taking something as dark and as heavy as wartime trauma and seeing it put into a more put into satirical / humorous way of words. There's words coming out of my mouth.
Like
just
those
that feels that makes sense to me. Absolutely makes sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, hell of a writer, hell of a book. But yeah, that was an outstanding question. Sean, we got some more questions?
I loved answering that question. It was really great.
That was a great one.
Yeah, I really.
I think I Am Legend. I think the I Am Legend mention inspired this one from Rochelle. What's the book to movie adaptation that was so bad it will probably never stop being? You will probably never stop being bitter about it.
I really loved that previous question. I loved answering it. It was my favorite part.
Oh, Rance didn't answer it.
I didn't answer it either, to be fair.
I know. I was going to say that's right, Ashley. You didn't.
Well,
Ashley,
we've moved on now, so what a shame.
Oh,
solidarity, Ashley. We won't answer that one. We'll just go on.
I'm so bad.
I got your back, Ashley.
This is why I need to go in order. I tried to be creative. Rance, talk to us.
No. You're fine. I was always going to say actually, The Great Gatsby. Didn't get it when I was in high school. Didn't get it. Could talk your ear off about that book now and why you should love it. Like an obsessive grandparent now. So
fair enough. And the queen of the hour, Ashley, please talk us through this. Which one did you not like at first?
I can't say that there was a book I didn't like. I can only say that I'd probably go instead with the genre and say poetry, and just say that at first it was really hard to like get and understand and love, and then someone gave me a Gwendolyn Brooks poem, and I immediately fell in love then, and went from that to E. Cummings, and it just changed fundamentally how I understand rhythm and punctuation, and it influences my writing a lot.
She also read Dante's Inferno when he first read it, and she wasn't that impressed, but then she read it again a couple centuries later and really enjoyed it. It really aged well.
Gave him a few
Look,
notes.
I have the whole trilogy.
She was there with
In
Dante.
original print, what do you got it written on the papyrus that he scribbled it on?
I also have
ancient
like
person.
Demonology and the Voynich manuscript and the Malleus Maleficarum.
Manuscript.
Oh my
You're just
god.
making
on
up words at
original
this point,
parchment.
Ashley.
Yes, just making up words.
So much makes sense now.
Ashley is actually a necromancer.
Yeah.
Just so we know.
Now I understand the healthy fear of her that I have. So that's all right. So back to the movie adaptation of a book that we absolutely hated. Ashley, why don't you go first on this one?
Tales from Earthsea. I hate it so much. So like burning, fiery hatred. It took something that I really love, which one of my favorite writers of all time is Ursula K. Le Guin. Will always be Ursula K. Le Guin. Nobody writes fantasy or science fiction like that woman. And she had a deal with Studio Ghibli, and she was promised Hayao, and then she got Goro, his son, and he just fucked everything up with her story.
Not that you're bitter, right?
I'm so bitter. Because I could have had a Hayao like Tales from Earthsea and it have been done right. And now I have a Goro.
Rance, what about you, buddy?
Goro's the guy with 4 arms, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
He's also known as Machamp.
Yeah. But a ball shot will really take him down. Dark Tower.
Fuck, that was my answer. God, that was my answer.
And I only recently saw it, and I absolutely 100% understand why it's so fucking hated. Like, I was terrified of it, and then I saw it. It was like, they cast well.
Yes.
And that was all they did.
They cast well. They had.
Yeah, they cast well. That was it.
Fucking terrible. And this one, my all-time book series, man. Good call. All right, I'm gonna have to come up with a new one. While we're doing that, Chris, what about you?
I'm really easy to please with movies. Like I am that person who's just like, it's just a different version. It's not the book, right? It's a screenplay. It's not the same thing. So I was literally staring at my bookshelf like, nope, like that. That's fine. That one was a little weird, but it's okay.
Weird's good. Good.
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to say I Am Legend, right? Because I loved that book. Even the first time I read it, I loved that book. And I still loved the movie, but I will forever scream, but the whole point, right? Like, I'll never get over that. But I still liked the movie.
Fair. That's fair. Matthew Siadak, what about you, man?
Already gave it. I Am Legend. I hate all of the movies. Absolutely. And I will fight you both, you and Rance and Alex, about the Dark Tower. I loved it.
Wait, movies?
You like the movie?
There's more.
No, I'm
than
sorry.
a
I
movie.
like the book, not the movie.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Love the book.
Backwards.
Love the book. Yeah. No.
Wait, we may.
But I
need to
love the
fight.
Dark Tower movies.
But if you can agree
Movie.
that the
I
World
loved
War
it.
Z movie was bad compared to the book, then we can be friends again.
Yes.
Okay.
Horrible.
Oh, Jesus. You liked the movie?
I liked it.
Nobody's surprised.
I
Absolutely loved
literally
it.
want to scream.
I liked Twilight. Leave me alone, okay?
Oh,
I
no.
didn't mind Twilight. Vampire Baseball was great.
Vampire
That was
Baseball was
awesome.
great.
I liked
who
his bag of
decided
eggs.
that
Sets
of
and
all
news.
the cool shit she won't put in a book, she will put in something cool like Vampire Baseball.
Please don't get me started on hating on Stephanie Meyer because I literally will not stop.
My husband knows that I'm not in a good mood or I'm sick if he hears the Twilight movies coming on, because that's the only time I'll watch them, because I just go, well, something is more awful than I feel. So.
I love that Robert Pattinson is like, yeah, that was a paycheck.
Yeah.
On the
Robert
actual
Pattinson is my
audio
favorite
commentary.
part about all of it.
Ashley, that is the sickest burn. I don't think I could ever recover from that if someone said that about something I made.
Nah, I'm sure you'd be fine.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm a sellout. I'd be good with it. Alex, what about you, buddy?
All right, this is a hot take, so everybody fucking gird your loins.
All right. Loins girded.
I'm coming in spicy. I did not care for the adaptation of the Lorax. All right. I thought they went too deep in the lore. I thought they really hit the backstory far harder than they had to. Didn't like Danny DeVito as the cast, right? Steve Carell, unnecessary. Shit, was he in that movie? It doesn't matter. I don't like the Lorax. I'll fucking say it.
That's a deep cut.
I know it's kind of a joke, but I kind of agree with you.
Oh!
Okay, but what about, like, it wasn't just the movie though, right? Because when it came out, they also had, like, IHOP had, like, the Lorax pancakes, and there was, like, all this licensing and stuff around it. And I remember being like, that's literally once again, the point, my friends. Like,
Maybe
what?
I don't need these pancakes.
I need these
fucking douchebag restaurant chain.
But now I want pancakes.
Yeah, the pancakes are great right now.
Power of pancakes. Somebody says it, and now you're like, it's like hash browns. Somebody says hash browns, and you're like, oh shit. When's the last time I had hash browns?
All right, I'm about to head to the Waffle House, guys.
Waffle Hop.
Waffle Hop. Dina, what do you got? What's your hot take here?
Everybody else is gone, right? So like nobody else can add another title.
Well,
Can we make that a rule?
I still have to go.
No, you can go first, Daniel.
You said Dark Tower was yours.
Yeah, I know, but now I have to pick a new one because it got stolen. Dina, I'm so sorry. Dina, I'm so sorry.
Don't do it. Don't do it. No, this is why everybody needed to lock in their answers because your answer isn't fair because it's not true.
He's just going to pick on Dina.
You know what the answer is. So, Dina, you know what my answer is, so you can just go first and try to defend this.
No, go ahead.
That'd be Aragon.
No.
Dina, you like that movie?
So
Dina loves the movie.
Wait, you love that movie, Dina?
Yes, I do. Okay.
That's like saying
Look,
that's like
Jeremy
saying
Irons
that
is
diarrhea
in
is a
every
great
bad
adaptation
movie
of
to
poop.
everyone.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Like, the book was bad. It was Star Wars by a kid, right? I mean, not that Star Wars is great. Anyway, like, I love Star Wars.
Whoa, Rance.
Listen.
Whoa.
Let me clarify.
Back the
Not that
rebel
Star Wars
truck
is like
up.
great storytelling or literature. I love it, but I can also recognize that it's mediocre as best. The performances are phenomenal. Aragon, however, yeah, I'm gonna come on, you guys, come on. When we have to justify to ourselves that there are some bad movies, but some good ones, like whatever. I'm that guy.
I just
But
want the rest of the world.
Do I just need to
know.
scream
my top
Twilight in
5.
defense of you, Dina? Just yell it out there to take the.
I don't think
fall.
she can be. I don't think she can be Chris on this one. I don't think there's a power high enough to defend the dog shit steaming pile of like ruckus that was the Aragon film.
It's like finding out that you like the 90s Dungeons and Dragons.
Ashley,
I have that on DVD.
my God, that
Watch your mouth.
Ashley, I'm
Blue
sorry.
lipstick. Come on. I loved it.
The blue lipstick.
Aragon is literally my top 5.
Oh my god.
Movies?
Well, I mean, it certainly it feeds right into Paolini's like whole deal now because it feels like it was created by a broken AI, just like the cover for his new book.
Okay, the title for his new book does slap though. It is probably
It does.
It's one of the best titles I've ever read.
It is a great title.
So for
I've
the
heard the
folks
book
that
is
have
bad.
missed it, we've already shit on Twilight. And we do not condone or support Star Wars hate in this chat.
Rogue
and
One sucked.
everyone-
I'm just gonna say it. Let's keep going.
What?
What
Back
in
up. Rogue
fuck?
One is one of the top Star
This
Wars
was on a
films.
QVC.
Solo was the best.
episode.
Good lord.
I'm here to
Matt,
start
you're just
fires now.
You're ruffling
We-
feathers, Rance.
This is war
I
at this
literally have a
point.
dragon egg in my backyard after I watched that movie. I
Say
found
it's
a
from
rock
Game
and I
of
was like, oh my
Thrones
god,
and you'll be
look.
fine. Just say it's from Game of
This
Thrones.
is my
Nobody
dragon.
knows.
Oh my god.
Don't ever
Dina-
say it's from Aragon because people will be like, what the fuck was the choice you made?
Yeah, I also love that you didn't buy merch for it. You found a goddamn rock off the ground, and you were like, "This reminds me of my
I was-
favorite film, Aragon."
Oh,
I
Jesus.
fucking said it too.
With
Dina.
disdain in your voice, you said it.
Just remember, this is all because of our love for you.
When was the last time that anybody watched it? If you watch it again, I guarantee you won't be coming at it and being like, "This is
fucking
garbage."
only
Watch it
time
again.
that I
This
watched.
is
Again.
not a hill you want to die on.
Again.
This is the hill that I will die on.
No.
I love Aragon.
The
Jeremy
movie.
Irons
Clear-
is in
to
it.
be clear, she's talking about the movie. 'Cause
Enough
there's a
said.
lot of fans of the
Jeremy
book.
Irons.
I liked the book, but that movie, oh my god, Dina.
Dina.
So good.
Dina, I watched her over at my
crying.
sister's house, and a dog while I was watching the movie, a dog threw up on the floor. I literally enjoyed watching the dog get sick, and this is not an exaggeration.
And
I
that
was
dog
like,
got sick because of the film. Wow.
Right?
Oh my
Their
god.
bond is so strong and powerful, and I just,
Hate it.
you want to know what inspired the Queen Returns, bitches?
It's Aragon.
Aragon,
the
that's all right.
movie.
You can take that one. You're good.
The movie,
You
not the
can
book.
accept it.
Yeah, Dina, take a brief moment. We're gonna give you the full floor. Defend this movie.
How full is the floor?
I think that it's an incredible movie. Like there's nothing else that really compares to it. Think about the bond,
Dragonheart.
Alex.
Dragonheart.
They just have an incredible bond. The magic system at the time was something that like we hadn't seen anything like. In he just left.
Daniel.
Um,
We lost Alex James in protest in this tape from Dina.
No, it's probably
He's
just an
here.
ambulance
He
going
just
by,
turned
and-
his camera off.
Yeah.
He's lurking.
Maybe he had
All
to
right.
pee.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
I
Let's
didn't answer my question yet.
Wait,
You
right
did.
hand?
Fine. It's
Right
not
hand?
defensible.
You just said it because it's really amazing.
Right, but I didn't know. But I didn't say what movie
Yeah,
I didn't like.
AJ not Buffalo.
Alexander
Yes,
James.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I was given one earlier. I was given a protection. I think.
know.
Yeah, I'm using my
I need a
protection.
precedent.
And here's
you
why.
put-
he's-
Here's
no.
why. No, here's why though. Daniel shit all over his name earlier, right? He's known Alex for long enough. I'm on Team Alex right now, buddy. I got you back, man. Like if I was given one and I shouldn't have been given one, but I was drinking whiskey, I don't
Alex.
know, you know?
How fresh is that beer, buddy?
I will say that as Dina was speaking, I had to go get another one because there's no way I
It's
could hear
brand
this-
new. Okay.
There's
Jesus
no way I
Christ.
could hear somebody fucking defend Aragon with an empty beer.
He was put through trauma.
I'm
Their
literally
bond
coping
is
right now.
unmatched.
Unmatched in what?
Unmatched.
Dragonheart. One
They
dies.
literally die.
How to
if the
Train
other
Your
one
Dragon, buddy.
dies. Okay, that was taken after Aragon.
Yeah, and hiccups. Oh, we're gonna.
Yeah.
fucking
How to
go
Train
down.
Your Dragon's a derivative take from Aragon. That's the stance Dina's fucking taking right now.
Yeah, right?
Aragon really
Primitive.
inspired a generation. In a way. You know.
And I mean, Serafina
Steven
like
loves
and
this chaos
falls
right
in love with that
now.
other dragon. Like, come on now.
Matthew has been remarkably quiet, and I wonder if he might have a little bit of Aragon love. Just
No, not at all.
Not
Not even remotely.
you've been keeping down your gorge. Is that what it is?
Very, very little bit. Yeah.
All right, Sean. Do we have time for one more question before we get into the final?
I still didn't say the movies that I didn't like,
Oh,
but
so-
that's fine.
Don't go.
No,
Dina.
it's fine. Skip me again.
Dina, please.
I had a whole list.
Oh,
I wrote it down.
You,
so I wouldn't
it's on a
forget.
post-it on our computer monitor, probably.
Yep.
Give us one of them.
yeah.
I am number 4.
You do love that book. Yeah. The movie was kind of weak shit. Yeah.
I really wanted to see that movie, and it makes me sad to hear that.
Yeah. I haven't read the book, so I can't comment.
Me
The
neither.
movie was alright, but when you read the books, the movie sucked.
So it was a real number 2.
Real number 2.
Yeah. It was a shit bucket. Wait.
It was a
ass
real
monkey?
deucer.
Real deucer. All right. So do we have
It's a real
time
dick
for?
tickler.
Yeah, let's
We're
let's
adults.
go around the room really quick because Matt Leishon had a nice little question here that is reminiscent of our segment Weird Takes. Do you have an unpopular writing opinion? Let's go rapid fire here around the room, starting with Daniel.
Oh, I thought we should start with AJ.
I am a big believer in not necessarily following beats and trying to make formulaic writing. I think that I get why they do it. I don't hate on anyone who does. And maybe it's just me. I like my writing to feel like it's authentic. It's fine to take your own notes, to build your own outline, to do your own thing. But when you're just like, okay, this is the save the cat formula or whatever, and you are trying to jam your story to fit an arbitrary, hey, this is how you should have rising action in this scene and do this and that. I don't know. I hate it. I just wish you just follow your creativity and then edit it to make it make sense. That's my unpopular.
So we're going medium fire.
Medium fire. Yeah.
Now Dina's going to hit us with a hard one right now.
Let's do it.
Oh shit, there's a lot of pressure. I was still thinking.
Dina, how about the one we discussed the other day when you were in the minority?
Oh my god.
Long talk we had in chat.
In romance novels, a finger or fist or hand should not go in my mouth at all ever. That's fucking weird and gross and disgusting.
What?
Don't like reading that.
Wait, like someone just like, oh.
Dina's been
That's-
reading romance
yeah.
lately, so
Yeah, so like I can't do it on camera. I'm not gonna do
Romance
it.
like a slang word for something?
Smut. It's smut.
Smut. Yeah, I don't, and I also don't like clinical words either when you're in romance. Like, I shouldn't read the word penis or vagina in a romance.
It's really exciting when they say voo and wee wee.
I like peen in there. Peen is good. Peni.
P-E-N-I. Many peni.
Yeah, for
I
that
like a
multiple
nice
situation.
Bring that wang over here, baby.
Let me get that vibrating wang.
You guys, we should all try a challenge here. Just go up to our significant other and just mid-conversation,
Just stick your fist in their mouth and see how they like it.
Just walk up and give them the, that, and just see how that goes for us.
I would get fucking murdered.
That's what I'm saying.
Katie is way more powerful physically than I could ever be, and she would break me like a twig.
And for the record, Rance is a practicing martial artist.
So is she. So like,
oh shit.
Oh yeah. She would kick the shit out of me.
If my husband ever did anything other than like the sweet like whatever you see, like the cheek grab or whatever in movies, if he did anything other than that, if there's a finger anywhere near my fucking nose, mouth,
Yeah, no
anything,
nose either. Mhm.
Yeah.
I would get destroyed if I tried that. Oh shit. That's
Rance.
a good one, Dina.
So unpopular writing takes.
Yeah.
Just because you can self-publish it doesn't mean you should.
Ooh.
And I know that sounds like hypocrisy coming from someone who self-publishes, but no matter what, we can take the time and care to love the work that we put out there, and we should, whether it is from the cover, from the way it looks on the inside to the outside. And while I am an absolute believer in supporting every author who is on that path, I also expect those authors to take it seriously for themselves and not put out shit.
Yeah, because that dilutes everything. No, I love that take. Love that take.
All right, no way.
Alexander
I have to follow
James.
that, right? Like, no way. I have to go next. You serious?
Alex is ready to burn this house down. Alex.
Fine. 9 out of 10 prologues are bad and unnecessary.
Oh, Shannon is in shambles right now.
Like, I understand that you're hearing this and you're like, no, not mine. I'm the exception to the rule. No, I'm talking to you.
Fight me.
It's not necessary. Hey, listen, I respect your world, respect all the stuff you put into it. I don't need 5 pages explaining it to me. Just put me in the story and explain it to me that way.
Yeah, there we go. We're burning this bitch down. We're gonna lose all of our.
I was trying to remember if I had a prologue. I think I'm good.
Mr.
You have
Stephen Howard.
You have three, Dina. Don't worry
Three
about it.
separate prologues.
Yeah, and then like a couple of epilogues. Yeah. We tried our best to trim it down.
Oh god.
Stephen Howard.
Adverbs are fun. So
Hey,
Yes.
LY baby LY.
I love that greatly. I'm remarkably excited by that take.
love that greatly.
I'm gonna say bigly, but that's not a word.
I mean,
I
That
think
you
was
can pen
said
it right
bigly.
now.
well, so that Simpsons word in Biggins Us, they actually turned that into a real word. So that's
Incredible.
Actually, tell us.
Happily ever afters are not required.
Oh, you're bringing it back.
Fair. Honestly, I support this.
Oh my gosh. So for the folks at home, we had a whole episode on our show about the romance debate. Does a romance novel have to have a happily ever after?
Speak good.
I speak very good. I speak goodly. And it brought up a lot of contentious feelings on that. So she is still a big fan of break your goddamn heart at the end of a romance book. Matthew?
Let's see. I don't know if it's necessarily unpopular, but reviews are not for authors. Not even remotely. Stay out of them.
Yes.
You're going to get yourself in trouble.
Right there. Right there.
Rance is pumped right now.
Yeah.
He just got his
Let the
second wind.
reviews be, baby. Let them be. Just let them exist. Because here's the thing. Matt, can I add on to that?
Please do.
People fucking forget that a bad review sells your book and does the work for you just as much as a good one. And I'm not saying people who seek bad reviews. I mean, honest, good-natured bad reviews still continue to sell your book. Like, fucking let them be there. It's going to be great. Bad reviews. Put on some fucking armor.
Don't shoot yourself in the foot either.
Right.
Put on all that armor, still shoot yourself in the foot. That's a good take. I like that one.
Dragon armor, like from Aragon.
So you're saying that we shouldn't go onto Twitter or YouTube or whatever and just try to attack a bad review, Matthew? Is that?
I mean, you can, but don't. Please don't, for your own sake. For the sake of your children, don't, because you're going to make a fool out of yourself.
I love it. Chris, bring us on home.
Commas are for pauses.
I heard condom, and I was very confused.
Oh my god!
No, hang on. You do have to take time.
I didn't hear pauses.
I
Oh god! I need more commas.
You need more
Stop
condoms.
touching my commas. Leave them there.
More condoms.
Why? Why?
I'm hearing it.
I don't even write the word condom in a sex scene it's being used in. Okay.
Hell yeah, Chris, raw dog it. Let's go.
No. Okay. So no. My comments get removed by every editor that touches my book, and I put them back in because I'm like, "Fuck you." That was for timing.
Hey, Chris, I didn't edit your story, so.
No, I didn't have any removals of my commas in the story. I just want to point out he knew better.
He knew better.
They're there for a reason.
Can we ask? I mean, we could always ask Alex James, like, what about your take on commas or even semicolons, my dude? Like, is that?
Yeah. How about
Listen, I'm low key convinced that like semicolons are kind of like birds. Like somebody made them up a long time ago. And you guys accepted that they exist. I've never seen a proof. I've never seen it written down on paper. Logically, like Chris said, a comma works just fine. Why you got to throw that period under there? I don't understand.
Yeah, I think a period just kind of was a little too low on the line above it, and they just mixed it up.
I wrote you and Daniel a beautiful Oxford comma story, and neither of you just didn't care.
Because it was so good, I couldn't respond to it.
Yeah, I had nothing. I just felt put in my place.
I made him like an upstanding, fancy dude.
Yeah,
he is the Oxford comma is the fanciest lad of grammar, and that's Ashley Hutchinson's stance. And you can buy Through the Veil to support Ashley Hutchinson. She's fucking amazing, and we're all here because we love her.
Yes, sir. Here to that.
I'm drinking Burger King soda.
So we're gonna get into a final segment here. You guys did a great job of making sure I couldn't ask my wild card question, except I have to have Steven do one thing for me. Steven. Actually, two things. One, you can tell me what.
Don't get greedy.
What sound a platypus makes?
Oh shit. The only mammal that lays eggs. I wanted to say that earlier on. I forgot.
Thank you. That was good.
Oh god, is that? I don't know. It's probably really nasal, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I can't do that.
Can you make a platypus face at least?
Yeah, oh, that's perfect.
10
Grow a
out of
duck
10.
bill real quick.
Yeah, that's excellent. And then there's
Don't
also
they, like-
one line in
Go
your
ahead.
in your story that may have been a Lord of the Ring reference about what you simply do not do in Manchester City. Could you give us a performance of that line? You do not simply.
One does not simply walk into Manchester.
Thank you, Steve. That was beautiful. Even had the sword fight in it. All right, so guys, so what we're gonna do now before we get out of here is tell us. This is gonna be your chance to kind of give a little shout out to any works that you currently have out and what you are currently working on. So just let us know if you have anything published and where people can find it, and what your current project is that you're working on. Okay. Dina, would you like to go first?
No, I go last.
Okay. Chris, would you like to go first?
That worked.
I'm not going to support you next time.
Damn.
Last. Beep,
Damn.
beep.
It's true. It's true. So, Chris, what if we wanted to check out some books by you? What would they be?
Right now, I have Time to Wake and Not Right Now, which are part of the same series. They're on most platforms and online bookstores, and a few copies out there in some indie stores in Denver. And then obviously this anthology, which I'm very excited about. Very, very excited about. I bought copies for all my family for Christmas. And then I am working on the third book for that series. I do have a Kindle Vella that I have started to test the platform that will eventually be a full story that's out there that is Changeling Exchange. So
Awesome stuff. And guys, I've gotten to read her books. They're incredible. You absolutely want to check them out. Do you have any project you're currently working on?
She said
just trying to get that third book done.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I didn't know. Sometimes people have like 10. Matthew Siadak, what about you, buddy?
For me, for published works, you have In Pixis and Heroes from Lost Boys Press, Blood, Magic, and Cookies in the Ignite issue of Second Star to the Right. You have The Silent Sonata and Tales from Brackish Harbor from Quill and Crow, and I'm working on The Backwards Night still.
Man, the little blurbs I've gotten to read, dude. Backwards Night's going to be amazing.
Can't wait for that one.
Yep. And Ashley, what are you working on right now?
Oh shit! What am I allowed to say?
I'm Ashley's PR representative, and she is currently not working on any projects at the moment. Shut it
At all.
down.
Nothing.
That's good publicity, baby. Let's
Nothing.
go.
For the folks at home, that's a fucking lie, but I'll allow it.
Daniel, the manuscript that you have is not the one that she has. There too.
Son of a bitch.
I love it when Daniel feels
Spoilers.
slightly left out.
I know. I do feel really left out. This is bullshit. Steven, what about you, buddy?
All things Lost Boys Press, I think, in the first 4 anthologies, and my story, The Wind Howls, The Willows Weep, will also be in Empire of Beasts. So the only thing I'll be working on soon will be edits for that.
Hey, and you also have a
Every
book
time,
out,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, Beyond Misty Mountain, my novel is available on Amazon, and my short story collection, Condemned to Be, also available on Amazon.
Can't
Very
recommend enough,
fantasy
especially for
novel.
fans of Discworld. Alexander James, what about you, buddy?
That's me. I am on a Dungeons and Dragons podcast called Critically Stupid. If you like jokes or Dungeons and Dragons, you can check us out on YouTube and Spotify at Crit Stupid. And I have a horror novel coming out later this summer, hopefully, called The Woodkin. So stay tuned for that.
Man, I'm so excited for
Wait,
this.
Do you
Yep,
have
sorry.
a month? Are our books coming out in the same month or no? You don't have a
Fuck
month
me,
yet?
I hope not.
I really thought that they were.
I have a feeling they're both A months, aren't they?
Mine is a month. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they're the same month. I thought that I saw something, but okay.
Yeah, 2023. Ransington D. Denton. What about you?
So I wrote. I'm gonna. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because you always got to have it ready for it. I wrote His Ragged Company. It's a weird western. It is also out on audiobook by the wonderful John Perhala. And I got to keep crushing. My hope is in 2023, 2024, and 2025 to have the next parts of that story out. I'm also a one of two on the Quarantine Book Club podcast, where this season 3, we are jumping into reading novellas and saying a lot of cuss words about them. And we're also on the Quarantine Movie Club podcast. My brother Bob and my buddy Mick are on that with me, and we talk a lot of shit about movies that we torture ourselves with. So check that out on Spotify and wherever you listen to podcasts as well.
Have you guys let Quiz Battle Combat die? Is that what I'm
here's
getting
the
from
thing.
that?
We had a long conversation on the last podcast actually about taking on too many projects and never finishing them. We might get back to it one day, but we have to be honest with ourselves too about like taking on too much, right? Like and being like, yeah, I got this cool idea. Cool ideas, just like self-published books. Cool ideas don't always have to come to fruition, right? Like
You should buy a bar.
Yeah, we should buy a bar.
We should buy a bar.
God, that feels way too close to reality right now. Like, that is actually not a conversation that hasn't existed.
I love it. And also, I'm a little bit disappointed that you didn't mention your other project, the Weird Quarantine Party Time.
With you guys.
It's
and
basically
then
dead at this point, too, because he doesn't care about us.
Yeah, what the I'm swearing.
You heard me, bitch.
Remember when I was going to do that? There was a specific day that I had, and I was like, this is a great day that works for me, and I don't remember what happened on that.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Remember that time?
I don't
when
recall that
was on
conversation.
That weird
Yeah.
December
Quiz
9th.
Battle Combat, whatever. That was fun. Thanks for all the Marvel questions.
All right. Dina, what you working on?
My book Nothing Special comes out this year in 2023. I'll be like Alex and I'll be cryptic. It's on Kickstarter right now, actually. We already funded, but we're in stretch goal territory, so you can support that.
Woo, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And we are I'm writing a short story right now in the same world for the stretch goal. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. This is like I said, a little bit of a dream came true last year when I got to be part of the Heroes Anthology, and now getting to be a part of Through the Veil. These are the 2 short stories I've got out. I'm also working with my editor, the lovely Dustin Taylor, and everyone at Lost Boys Press to get my book Thunderstruck out in 2023, hopefully sometime in the summer, and really excited about that. So yeah, a lot of great things I think for all of us coming up this year. So
and for those of you who are still here, as a thank you to you, we are giving away some paperback copies of Through the Veil. So last chance, hashtag
What?
fire in the chat.
Hashtag
Yeah.
fire. Yes, we
Yes,
do.
I am.
You can figure that out real quick.
Oh, okay.
All right, man. We got.
And
a
by
lot
the
of-
way, these giveaway copies are purchased at full retail price, and all proceeds still go to Ashley. So that's the whole point of all this.
You're damn right.
yeah, damn right.
What a valid cause.
Yeah. So again, guys, thank you all so much for being here and hanging out. And for everyone that's trying to be a part of this and getting a copy, even if you already have one, if you want to win it and give it to someone, we appreciate you guys. Come on, Carl.
Here we go.
Come on, Carl. Come on, Carl.
We're gonna roll it again. We're gonna roll it again.
All right, let's go
Let's
again.
pick it. Let's draw a second winner.
Love it. Let's go,
Alex.
Carl.
I was gonna say
Let's go,
we can
baby.
just
Let's go,
send
baby.
Chris's copy to Josh.
Hey!
Carl's the
Got
He
it.
didn't get Carl at the very end.
Fuck it, let's do it a third time.
Oh my God, we're going 3. Oh, I don't even know who to root for. I'm rooting for everyone.
What if somebody gets
No
2?
duplicate winners. I hope Alexander James wins. He's the underdog.
Fuck you, Anthony. God damn it.
Anthony.
All right, for those of you who have won, you can reach out to me directly on Twitter at DMIW Podcast or email me at Sean@DMIWpodcast.com with your shipping information, and I'll get that sent out right away.
Sean is SHAWN, right?
No,
Yeah,
it's
SHAWN.
SEAN. Jesus
Spells
Christ.
That's spelled Cian.
Ian.
Yeah, that's
CN.
Cian. All right, guys. So, final thing before we get out of here, we've talked about our books, we've talked about our projects. Now, if you want to find us, if we're not already friends on Twitter, all these authors are incredible. So, we're just gonna go around, give the people where they can find you and follow you and get all the good information on your works. Dina.
You can find me on Twitter at Dinosaurus D. That's D like these nuts.
Sean.
How y'all gonna leave me hanging like that? That was really
Sean!
fucking rude.
Daniel, you didn't do it right.
I did it. You didn't.
Bro,
Son of a...
I'm over here trying to produce a show, okay?
Fair enough. Rance, where can the folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter as well. It's at Violence Obscene, but I'm really no longer an 18-year-old boy who's in an electronic band, so that may change one day, like the actual tag might. Way too many people are like, what the hell's that mean? I'm like, look, buddy, I was in a fucking band at one point, okay? A long time ago. Literally 22 years ago. So...
Is that how old your Twitter is?
No. I just didn't know what else to use.
I thought it was the name of your upcoming rock opera. So
Thank you. See, I like
Such a
that.
sick
I like
burn
that.
if Twitter was 22 years old, Dina. Holy shit. You almost got there so bad.
I'm so lucky that there's there's nothing, the internet is so new that there's not really shit on there from when I was in that band. So I'm safe. Woo! But yeah, at Violence Obscene at www.eliasfaust.com and the Quarantine Book Club.
Yes, sir. Matthew Siadak.
I'm on Twitter at msidak, and my website is backwardsnight.com.
God, can't wait for that book. Mr. Alexander Hummus. What's up, buddy?
Alexander
Spanish-
Hummus?
No, Hummus. That's like the Spanish version of James.
We've been over this. He did this
No.
the last time he was on the show, and we
Fine,
had a
it's
whole...
fine. It's fine. What's going
He's
on?
a soccer
everybody?
player.
My name's Ale-
There's
My
a
name's
soccer
Alexander James. You can find me on Twitter at Ashley Editorial. I thank you all so much for being here for my anthology giveaway. I'm so grateful. Words literally can't express. I mean, like this whole 2-hour thing, I have cried several times. I've kept it really under wraps. You haven't noticed, but I'm just really, really grateful for all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bless.
So Ashley, would you like to go next?
oh, I don't exist. My handle.
At Drunk Scribe is
Yeah.
the handle on Twitter.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. And Chris, where can the folks find you?
You can find me at ktomasbooks.com. My social medias are linked there because they're kind of weird. I'm on Twitter as at Suddenly Has Wings, and that's about it.
And you can find me on Twitter at Dan Q Writes Thing. That's Dan Q Writes Thing singular.
It's
or
Dan Yu, actually.
Nobody asked
The
you.
Q doesn't exist.
And Sean, what's my website?
That's dumps4dank.com. That's DUMPS, the number 4, DANQ.com.
Highly recommend you check it out. Also, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We can't wait to be back. We're going to be way more active in this upcoming year. And, man, thank you so much to all the authors, everyone that came out and participated was about this. We love you all so much. And, Ashley, you are number one right here. We love you. And can't wait to see you all again soon. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.